Hello and welcome back. So we're going to move on to our next story. What do you have for us?
The big internet fiasco that happened in India. The government of India has come with a new ruling, or at least announced that ruling, and they want to have all these internet-based services, including the most popular Facebook and the YouTube
Social
and
networking.
social networks.
Exactly.
They want some kind of disciplining, some kind of an audit or some kind of censorship before they allow uploading. And they want to bring that discipline into this field.
And what's the underlying reason for that, would you say?
See, honestly, I believe these are just the moral teachers who are trying to dictate in today's fast developing society where you really can't stop, And right after this, what happened is the Congress, which is the ruling party,
Right.
their website was hacked.
And defaced completely.
Defaced, and the president of Congress, Ms. Sonia Gandhi, her birthday was exactly timed with it. I think it was around December 9th when she turned 65 years old. There was really, ugly remarks about her, and some of them beyond indecent, I would call them.
Right.
But this is the way world is, and the more you react to it, the more you get out of it.
Exactly.
So it's better, you have to agree this is the way the world is moving, and if you don't want to go there, don't go there. But India still wants to hold on to as much as possible, including when Kapil Sibal was here, he was trying to talk about growing into the next level of freedom of speech, of an expression, and media and community. But this action has kind of given a little setback, and he himself has hurt in his image, because the top 10 Twitter trends in India were saying idiot Kapil Sibal censorship, free speech and freedom of speech. So he really got a beating on his image, because he's otherwise a very modern person.
Right.
But this kind of call, possibly politically motivated or whatever reasons, or they expected something this is coming up, is not acceptable. And these guy, they called the top executives from these social media services, and they were very clear to them. They said, sorry, it is too large a piece of work.
Right.
We can possibly engage softwares to screen, but India wanted human watch.
Right.
Now you
and
have
it's
120.
really not possible to edit, these services and the internet in general.
There is no way, with the kind of people who are going up on the net and to audit what they're uploading there, is impossible.
Right.
They can come up with all these softwares and designs, and they can help do it, but it's not possible to engage human beings on to make sure they watch
on
for
user-generated content
Exactly.
as well.
Right. Now moving on to north of India, our neighbors, where I personally think, we've been covering week after week after week on the developments in Pakistan. And Bhavna, I feel suddenly there is a hope, because Pakistan has taken a stand. Now, why they have taken a stand is another issue.
Right.
They took a stand against United States of America.
That's very
Clean
bold.
up. They said, absolutely, get out of here, clean up the base. We want our base cleared, because they lost 24 soldiers for no reason.
Right.
There was a bombing. Okay, we acknowledged that it was a mistake. President Obama officially regretted and expressed, and even Mrs. Hillary Clinton, the Secretary of State, expressed. But somehow or the other, this timing was so bad that they're already kind of coming back from the killing of Osama bin Laden, which was obviously very inappropriate, of course, putting the military into a setback, or their image. They could not protect Obama in their own neighborhood.
Right.
But here you're talking about 24 soldiers who have nothing to do.
They're perfectly innocent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which was unfair. Now, whether it's an accident or an incident or whatever it is, it has hurt.
Right.
And the military establishment has taken this as an opportunity to take a stand. Of course, there is a political party, there is a president, there is a prime minister. They've also taken a stand, very strong stand, and that it's not acceptable, and they showed the road for exit
Right.
to USA for now. And USA agreed with the deadline that was given to them. They cleared up. Now, there is a thought behind it that, when Pakistan was helping United States of America in their fight against Russia in Afghanistan, and Russia kind of lost. So Pakistan feels, the military establishment feels that it was because of their help that Russia fell apart,
succeeded.
Russia lost, not necessarily because of the superiority of the forces or the weapons they had from United States of America. So they feel that they can kind of start climbing up north and possibly either make friends with Afghanistan or take control of that region or whatnot, we don't know. But in parallel, they have engaged some discussions with China, who took this opportunity once again as a way to go after America, and also including Russia. You must have read about it.
And as China is classically an ally of Pakistan.
So is America.
Yeah.
But they found this as a good opportunity to show themselves closer than United States, and including Russia.
In proximity as well. Yeah.
And well, it's a good realignment, I would say. This will give more to Pakistan, because this kind of puts the relationship in the right perspective. You know, they don't take USA for granted, and US doesn't take Pakistan for granted.
Right. There are distinct borders and boundaries established in this sense.
We're far apart. America has been using Pakistan as a base and to do whatever their, our plans have been there, good or bad, and Pakistan has been using this as an opportunity to get money out of it. But it's not really helping a common man.
Yes.
And I think the most important thing for a nation is to first stand up on their feet, good, bad, or whatever it is. And I think this seems to be that movement as I see it right now.
Yeah.
So hopefully this may be the case. And here we have a situation when this was going on, what happened in the northwest frontier, where US was asked to vacate. Pakistani President Mr. Zardari was asked to go to Dubai. Now there are all kinds of word out there. Rumor was that he had a small heart attack. Somebody said he had a treatment for a heart attack. The stent was installed in his heart, and he was sent to Dubai for some rest. But Zardari has clearly agreed that he was asked by the military establishment and Pakistani Prime Minister to go to Dubai and get treatment there.
Right.
And don't come until he's been asked to. And the word was that there's a possibility of a coup.
Exactly.
But he said, look, I'm not running away from here. My children are still in Pakistan. I'm here, but I'll come back.
Right.
But now publicly, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Gilani, has acknowledged there was a threat to the life of the president. So he was very politely advised to go out of the country for some time while things settle down, whether it is this country or that country or this party or that party or the military, we don't know. But not a good development.
So
but
in
let's
terms
see.
of his health, I mean, that wasn't very clear. That's not a clear part of the
But
story.
he certainly had, they have officially declared he had a small heart attack. They have declared that he was asked to go to Dubai, and check into the hospital and stay there until whatever the threat was there could be, resolved. Otherwise, there'll be again another anarchy. They don't want that kind of a disturbance.
Yes.
And there was some talks about coup. But I think next few months, as I told you, will kind of open up what was the scene really behind it. But it's a good development overall. And we wish President a long life. We don't want anybody to be dead.
And good
if
health,
anybody does
exactly.
anything wrong, they should be taken care of by the court of law, not by shooting them down.
Right.
On the same front, ISI, which was being represented in the United States of America by Mr. Fay, and Syed Ghulam Nabi Fay, who has been here, he comes originally from India, and he did his PhD, and he was representing ISI, which is publicly accepted, and we did a story on him, we covered it. He almost got $3.5 million in the last 10 years to lobby and represent the cause of Kashmir. And then obviously he was as a paid operative of ISI, he was bidding for his handlers, and he would meet US elected officials. He would conduct annual conferences where he would invite even top of the line people from Indian media and including from Kashmir. And he funded high profile conferences. Like I said, he promoted the cause of Kashmir, but it is illegal.
Right.
See, he had not done officially what he was doing, so they came after him, they took care of him, but he has turned an approver. He has done a plea bargain. So
And could he actually face charges? What's the most serious? Is it jail time or?
true, he will face almost 8 to 10 years into prison, but that is nothing compared for his crime.
Actual crime, yeah.
But
exactly.
since he has acknowledged that he was representing ISI officially and this is what he did, that kind of makes kind of a life easier for him.
Right.
8 years is nothing, otherwise he would be losing all his rest of his life. So that is his story. And Bhavna, moving back to the subcontinent and Bangladesh, there is a small neighboring island called Myanmar in the Indian Ocean, and there is a constant struggle between Bangladesh and Myanmar. There is an issue on some one basin block where for the oil.
Right.
And they dispute. This guy says mine, this guy says mine. But fortunately, the two countries came together and signed an economic cooperation when the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, she visited Myanmar recently in December, and they signed $400 million worth of trade exchange, which is a good thing.
So that's actually going to double the trade over the next 2 years.
Exactly true. And the two countries generally enjoy friendly ties, but like I said, they were squabbling with each other. A very good development when the neighboring countries are coming together. A small country here and a small country there, but they were creating unnecessarily trouble for their own people.
Right.
With this decision, this action is positive, constructive.
Yes.
Like, a few months, I think a few weeks ago, we announced Pakistan gave India a most favored nation status while it enjoyed the same status. If nothing, let's have a trade.
Yes.
Let's have business, let's have cooperation, let's have economic ties. Exactly. And on the north part of India, Nepal, we have a sizable population even in the US and including in Canada. The former king Gyanendra, who used to enjoy a government's exchequer, nice, comfortable life.
A lot of perks.
A lot of perks. I mean, he was a king without a kingdom, actually.
Okay, yeah.
And the government decided that that's not the case. He has not earned it. We should not be spending that money on him, and they have cut it out.
Cutting them off. Okay.
So,
but he is allowed to keep certain things still. Just
Well,
a few nominal things like
he's
his,
the president.
his car and stuff.
He's a king, sorry,
Yeah.
of the great Nepal kingdom. So he is obviously eligible for some of his perks, but not necessarily what the government was giving it to him, and that was coming at the cost of the exchequer.
Right. Okay, we're going to hold it right there, and we're going to take another break, but we'll be back.